Okay, so when I went out to Walmart today, I actually found a G.I. Joe figure. I found a few G.I. Joe figures, in fact, but they were all from the Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins movie. And they had two of Snake Eyes, and they had two of Storm Shadow, and they had one of the Baroness. So since they had some G.I. Joe figures at Walmart, I figured I'd buy one. And I wound up buying the Baroness because there was only one of her. So I figured, should probably get that one, since it looks like she's short packed. Which makes sense. That's the way they usually do these things. A lot of Snake Eyes, a lot of Storm Shadow, very few of the other characters, especially if it's a female. But, honestly, I wasn't too big a fan of this movie. Like, it had some good action scenes and everything, but it was basically a movie where, like, Snake Eyes was the villain, and Storm Shadow was entirely justified in hating him. So, I don't know what the thought process was with that. So you can talk about like any of the differences between this and like the classic cartoon or comic book or whatever. I'm more of a comic book guy myself, but like that kind of stuff I'm just kind of used to. I'm used to them doing different versions of GI Joe that are all different from each other. But you know, Snake Eyes should probably be a heroic character. I'm just saying he should be, somebody that kids can look up to and not the villain of the movie. Like I'm okay with Storm Shadow being a more likable character because to me, Storm Shadow was always more of like an anti-hero, He wasn't necessarily like a villain. He was, just kind of like like he was out to get revenge for his uncle was the thing, and he was framed for murdering his uncle. And that was what I liked about that character was that he was presented as being a bad guy, but he actually wasn't. He was actually like a good guy, but he was just kind of willing to pretend to be a bad guy. Why am I talking about Storm Shadow when I should be talking about this Baroness action figure? So on the side we got these symbols that again I don't really know what these mean. Like you could probably look at them and figure it out, but I guess it's supposed to be like their version of a file card. I'm not crazy about it. You got a nice illustration of the Baroness on the side here. There's a nice illustration of the Baroness on the front. It's a really good drawing. I don't really like that haircut for the Baroness, so it's going to be interesting to get this out of the package and see what I think of this figure. So I know my friend Rudy, shout out to him. He dislikes this version of the Baroness quite a bit. I liked her better in the movie than he did. Like I wasn't like that crazy about her either. Like I just didn't think she was bad. I thought she was okay. At least they didn't like try to turn her into a good guy like they did with Rise of Cobra. So here's the back of the package, and it's got the Arashikage symbol on there. Which, by the way, I don't think Snake Eyes actually got tattooed on his forearm in the in actually it'd be this one, I think. Yeah, it's this right on forearm, right? Yeah, but I don't think he got that tattooed on his forearm because he wasn't actually put into the Ninja Clan. I don't think they showed it tattooed on Storm Shadow's forearm either. I don't remember. But yeah, unless maybe that happened when I went to the bathroom real quick. Like I said, I wasn't that into the movie. So I took her glasses out of the package first because it's such a tiny piece, and then I went to sit it on the laptop, and I didn't notice because it's so tiny and so light. It actually stuck to my thumb. I guess because of some adhesive left over from the tape, and I dropped it in the floor. So now I'm going to have to try to find that real quick. Because we don't want to look at the Baroness without her glasses on now, do we? No, we don't want to do that. So give me just a second here. Let me see if I can find it. Such a tiny little piece, and it's so important it fell on the floor. I have a little bag down here, but it doesn't look like it got stuck in that. Man, that's really frustrating. There they are. Let's see. Alright, let me get back to that then. Alright, so here's these tiny little glasses. You can see them. They're really small. So, let's get the rest of the accessories out of here. So she's got two of these, I believe they're called kukri knives. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. I first heard of these when I read the novel of Dracula, because this was like the go-to weapon of the vampire hunting squad that Van Helsing led. At the end of the story, spoilers if you haven't read Dracula, you usually think of him as like, in the movies they'll show him as getting a stake through the heart, or, dying because he's exposed to sunlight. That's not how he dies in the book. In the book, he dies because Quincy Harker, I'm sorry, Quincy Morris, while he's dying, plunges a Bowie knife through Dracula's heart, and at the same time, Jonathan Harker slits his throat with one of these bad boys. So that's how Dracula dies in the book. Why is he talking about Dracula in a review of a Baroness action figure? Well, because I like Dracula. I like that book. Let's hope I don't break this as I'm taking it out of the package, and I don't think I did. Because the, so this thing, okay, the silencer, she's got a submachine gun, looks like is it a Heckler and Koch? I'm not a big gun guy. Heckler and Koch, I don't know how you say that. But, and then the silencer, so that's kind of a neat weapon to have. It's nice that she has something that resembles a real gun. Everybody complains about the classified figures coming with, like, Nerf guns and everything. And let's get the Baroness out of the package. The other reason I got the Baroness is because I wasn't able to get the classified version, not even when they put it back up on the Walmart website. And it was expensive, and I didn't really have the money to spend on it at the time. And it's mainly expensive because she comes with a motorcycle, and I wasn't that impressed with the motorcycle. I just wanted the figure. But hopefully I can make this Baroness figure work. So here we got to look at, she's got a pretty decent costume. They've moved the Cobra symbol to her belt buckle rather than having it on her chest. And on her chest, it's got like something that vaguely looks like a Cobra symbol. It looks like it's a jumpsuit that's kind of zipped over like a breastplate, but you can still see the breastplate underneath. Huh. Honestly, I kind of figure they probably could have just put the Cobra emblem on the breastplate and it would look fine. She's got like these sort of, I don't know what you call them, like these sort of scalloped shoulders, like Wolverine has. And then her arms and some of the rest of her costume have like kind of a snake-like pattern over it. That's pretty interesting. So that's some nice detailing. I actually like this belt. It's kind of crossed belts, actually. And in the back, she's got what looks like two sheaths, probably for the kukri knives. So let's go ahead and put the knives in there. Yeah, that's what that's supposed to be. She's got a hole for a backpack on her back, but she does not come with a backpack. So that's what the knives look like when they're in the holster. Let's see if we can get the gun into her hand. Hopefully we can get that in there. I'm going to go and take out the silencer, because I don't want to take a chance on breaking it while I'm trying to force this gun into this hand. Because the silencer's pretty neat. It'd be a shame if I broke it. Yeah, she can hold the gun fairly well. It looks like it's... Oh! The clip fell out. So the clip comes out too. That's a nice surprise. Let me see if I put that back in there the right way. I want to make sure I put it back in there the right way. I might wind up gluing it in because I wouldn't want to drop it and have it fall. But I know a lot of people like having clips that are removable, so that's a nice bonus. Let's put the glasses on her and see what she looks like with the glasses. And hang on a second. They actually work pretty well. So the head sculpt isn't bad. She's got some high cheekbones, which, gives her kind of like that sort of aristocratic European feel. The one thing I don't like about this head sculpt is the hairstyle, which, like I said, I don't feel like that's a good hairstyle for the Baroness. A lot of people have, like, said she looks like she works at a Starbucks and called her the barista-ness. I thought that was pretty funny. But, I can always swap out the hair with something else, and I think I can make this Baroness figure work. If I could either swap out the hair, or I could even just swap out the entire head. And in fact, I have an extra of the Marvel Legends, like the vintage card version of Black Widow that I got at GameStop for really cheap when they had them marked down. I think I got them for like $5 a piece. And I bought multiples because I figured she'd be good for customs. So I might just use the hair from Black Widow, paint her hair black, and or maybe even use the whole Black Widow head. Who knows? If I put the glasses on to that figure and it looks, it looks good, that might be the one I use. But I don't know, because like that Black Widow figure to me always looked kind of like Emma Stone. And I don't know if Emma Stone would be like my top choice to play the Baroness. She's a good actress, but I don't really see her as that character. I bought those because, like, since I thought she looked kind of like Emma Stone, I thought they'd be good to make Mary Jane Watson, because Mary Jane Watson, I've always figured Emma Stone would be a really good casting choice to play Mary Jane Watson, but then they cast her as Gwen Stacy because nobody making Spider-Man movies knows what the hell they're doing. So, why is he talking about Spider-Man in a Baroness review? But anyway, so yeah, decent enough figure, it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, so I don't know if I would put it out there as a recommendation. But if you see her on the shelves and, you think she looks decent enough, go ahead and pick her up. It's definitely a good Baroness figure from the neck down. And I might even say, like, the head sculpt, works pretty well for the Baroness, but just without that hair. If you put some different hair on there, she'd be perfect. This is just kind of okay. But anyway, that's pretty much it for this time. I don't know when I'm going to be able to get this video up, because I've actually got a bunch of videos on backlog right now. And I've got like a week's load of videos, like a week's worth of videos already uploaded. And I've got them scheduled at such a point where they're going to hit every day, like bam, 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 bam. At midnight, my time, there should be a new video to watch for, like, 7 days in a row. And at least. And if I got to go back to the library to do it again, I will, because it was actually pretty easy to do at the library. So, but hopefully I'll have internet back at my house soon, so it won't be a problem anymore. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this time, and we'll talk to you next time. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe and leave a comment below. Do you think she has a decent enough head sculpt? Would you want to, put some new hair on there? Or would you want to replace this head completely? Maybe I shouldn't have bought this figure at all. Maybe you don't like the outfit even. Maybe there's nothing about this figure you like and it's unsalvageable. But let me know in the comments below what you think. Thank you. Have a nice day. Goodbye.